Welcome to Top Shelf Men. I'm Reese. As Top Shelf Men, we know that the best way to avoid being engulfed in the gynocentric social order is to start your own business. This way, you avoid all the mandatory sensibility trainings and you avoid building a life on a foundation made out of sand. And by building a life on a foundation of sand, I mean that, look, you get your decent paying corporate job. Now you have rent, mortgage, and other monthly bills, and you build your life around your ability to make a living at that level. Now suddenly you have mandatory medical requirements, sensibility trainings, and if a Karen in the office decides that for any reason she doesn't like you, she can get rid of you by marching down to human resources and filing any complaint she fancies against you. Now, your life is upside down, and you lose your ability to make money and are essentially blacklisted for not bending over to our female primary social order. So, as top shelf men, it's best for us to start our own businesses to make as much money as our potential allows us to. I have started multiple businesses in my life, and a good chunk of those businesses involved taking business owners as clients, and I have learned a lot from that. I noticed a trend between the business owners that kept excelling and expanding into other businesses and kept increasing their income potential, and other successful business owners with a lot of business potential, great personalities, hard work, but they felt burnt out and they were shy about expanding into other business ventures, limiting their earnings potential. This difference was that the wildly successful and ever-expanding business owners never involved their girlfriends, wives, or any other LTRs in their businesses, while the ones that were burnt out and shy about taking risks were business owners that co-ran their businesses with their significant other, LTR. The vast majority of these burnt-out business owners managed to build a business from nothing, but thought it would be a good idea to start by hiring their significant others to work with them. And I understand why this seems like a good idea at the time. With blue pill conditioning and love eyes, most men see their LTR as particularly smarter, more competent, or more helpful than they actually really are. The problem comes in as the business grows and it stops being your business that you grew from the ground up, and suddenly in the woman's mind, it becomes our business that we both co-own and run together. As your long-term relationship starts to work for you, she'll start to involve herself in the decisions that you have to make with the small things at first. For example, what company will you use for your credit card processor? What accountant you'll use? Should you hire this new employee that you just interviewed? Now, female solipsism will make her feel important for her contributions towards the growth and the health of your company, as small as her contributions may be. But then, when you finally make a decision without her input, she will get hurt. Then I've experienced them using lines like, "I thought we made decisions together. I didn't think that was a good idea. Why didn't you ask me or talk to me about it?" Or I've heard them say things like, "I thought my opinions matter to you." Now make no mistake, this is a classic shit test. She wants to bend what you know is right for the benefit of her own ego. And if you fail her shit test and bend to her will, then guess what? She will double down on this anytime you make a big decision without her consent in the future. Now you have an unofficial co-owner for the business you built. And if you don't submit to her will, then she is likely to get butthurt and start acting cold towards you. And she will get cold towards you when it comes to any form of intimacy or affection. Then eventually her feelings will calm down and she'll warm up to you as she gets back to normal. The only problem is that she will only act affectionate towards you until the next time she feels hurt about you taking a business decision without her. Look, if you don't want to live a life of perpetual shit tests, and getting hot and cold, then you can avoid all this by never hiring your significant other in the first place. Many blue-pilled men always think that their LTRs are different from other women. And let me tell you, that is wrong. As long as you and I, as all of us live in a femme-centric, girl-boss society, she will also be brainwashed into thinking her feelings are reality. No female is above this. It's simply the way they are wired. Think about the passport bros who import a traditional wife from overseas. At first, she will be traditional until she's exposed to Western cultures and she will become westernized, or she makes westernized female friends. Then she becomes like every other boss girl. Really, it's a mind virus. Now, going back to business owners that co-run their businesses with their LTRs. I have seen successful and wealthy men be afraid of taking decisions that their wives might not like out of fear of dealing with her anger, because her anger will not end with work. They are afraid of dealing with their wife's wrath at home and during the weekends. I have seen these men become weary from having to constantly pick their battles because they know they can't let their wife run everything. But they also know that when they need to go against their wife's wishes, they'll be dealing with her wrath even when they stand their ground, as they know this one decision is important for their business. This makes these hardworking businessmen timid, as the vast majority of women are risk adverse and any new business venture has risks. Women get used to a life of money and luxury. Men know we can buckle down and deprive ourselves for periods in our life for the greater gains in the future. Once your co-owner is comfortable in her place, you will start missing out on business opportunities, as you won't be able to make big business moves without her knowledge and approval. You and your business will stagnate. And stagnating can be the most dangerous thing to do in this world economy, where your business might not be able to survive the next mandatory lockdowns, bank failures, and supply chain disruptions. And believe me, if you go broke and lose your business, your co-owner will be looking for her exit strategy, as when the business does well, it's thanks to our hard work. But when the business fails, oh, it's your fault. It's because you're a poor manager, because you didn't run the business right. Remember, your successes are yours together, your failures are yours alone when it comes to women's thinking. And if your co-owner can monkey branch away, have no doubt in your mind, your LTR will have no problem getting a lawyer and wringing you out for all she can. After all, it's your fault the business failed. And let's say you still think, well, my LTR would never do that. I have had business owners tell me something along the lines of like, my wife is a pain in the ass, but in reality, she does help me out a lot. And my thoughts to that are, well, couldn't you simply hire and pay someone else to do what she does in the office for you? Would they do just as good of a job, or if not better? Finally, if you still decide to go and hire your wife, your girlfriend, your LTR anyway, then, logically speaking, why would you expect her to work that hard? I mean, she is banging the boss after all. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Now think about all the successful blue-pilled guys that involved their girlfriends or wives in their business dealings, including YouTubers. Did their content or businesses get better, stagnate, or decline after their LTR inserted herself into their business? Leave a comment below and let us know. Like and subscribe to help the next aspiring entrepreneur from making the mistake of hiring his LTR. This is Reese. See you next video. Peace.